Hey guys, what I've got right here in this moss is a really neat species of salamander. This is a Shenandoah salamander. And these guys are actually federally endangered due to their small range. These guys only live on 3 specific mountaintops in the Shenandoah National Park. So even though these guys are endangered, they actually have a fairly high population. They just have a very, very small range. Now these guys live on very specific habitat. They only live on talus slopes, because they've actually been outcompeted by the very similar looking redback salamander in the forested areas. Now this guy, as you can see, is actually in a forest, but all on either side of this forest we're actually surrounded by talus slopes. Because although they live on talus slopes, scientists have actually found out that their prime habitat is actually woodlands like this, but most of that is just taken over by redback salamanders. So even though this guy's endangered, they're actually one of the best protected endangered species in the world, since their entire range lies within the national park. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking is, how can you tell a Shenandoah salamander isn't a redback salamander? And the best way to count is the number of grooves. There's a different amount of grooves on the side, but my best way to tell is the line is usually a little bit thinner than a redback salamander. It's a little bit more defined, the red line, and the best way to tell is they have an almost completely black belly. Redback salamanders, they'll have a black belly with a lot of spots, but Shenandoah salamanders seem to have a lot less spots on their stomach, and that's usually the best way to tell. Now, I've been looking for this guy all day, and honestly, I was giving up. I did not think I was gonna find one. I mean, we have perfect conditions, it's misting all around. I was like, you know, I think we're gonna find one. And I've been flipping like hundreds of rocks, could not find a single thing. And then finally, I decided to head into the woods, and I flipped a log, and this little guy was under it, and I was very excited. This is a salamander that I've wanted to see for so long, just because they're found in such a small area, and it's actually fairly close to Washington, D.C., so definitely a cool salamander to be able to see in real life.